The guy in the costume started patting as the man kept eating and crying at the same time. It all made no sense to me. Within a minute, the door opened again and another guy wearing that same costume entered the room. He had this big jar in his hand and filled the bowl. It was evident by now that they were feeding the man chicken soup forcefully. The way the man ate also signified how hungry he was, because he kept finishing the soup in seconds. But he didn't stop crying though. I had seen many torture videos on the dark web before, but honestly, this one didn't match that craziness at all. There came a point when the man couldn't eat anymore, but he still kept stuffing the food into his mouth with that ladle. Some amount of soup dropped from his mouth and he made this gagging sound.
Okay, now it's getting creepy.
I realized that those identical costume guys intended to overfeed this man with chicken soup. The man ate and ate, and when he couldn't anymore, he vomited on that table. His body was shaking and his eyes were screaming for help, staring into the camera. But those guys kept patting his back, stroking the hair on his head like he was their loving child. And they just wanted him to be healthy. People who were watching this video with me had started to comment under the live stream by then, and I decided to check them for more context to what was happening with this man. Most of the comments were straightforward and freaky, on how these men should force this man to do more crazy stuff. I agree, I'm a bit creepier than most people, but those who commented on feeding him worms, snakes, and even his own vomit made me realize how twisted people on the dark web are. After scrolling through the entire chat section, I didn't find anything to shed light on the matter. When I went back to the video, the man was vomiting all over his clothes and yet still eating the chicken.